guys, and welcome back to the channel. So with most chipped ECUs or modified ECUs, they always have this cool clear cover on it. Today we're going to be making a clear cover for my newly chipped P28 ECU. So let's get to work. Alright guys, so to start things off is pull off your ECU cover, of course, and then what you're going to do is trace out the ECU cover onto a piece of acrylic. What I have here is 2mm thick acrylic sheet that I purchased on Amazon. It's relatively cheap. I got five pieces of this for about $20-something, I think. So you want to just line it up because the edges are already straight because they've cut it with either like one of their lasers or whatever machines they have. So you can polish the edges later. What you want to do is just trace it out so that we know exactly where to cut. And of course, we're only going to need an exacto blade to cut this. And I'll show you guys how to cut this in a sec. Alright. So that's lined up and we've got it all traced out a little bit. So we'll refine the lines with a ruler afterwards, just so that we get a nice straight edge, but we don't really need this anymore. So now, with the ruler, line her up and finish off the lines. One line there. This pen sucks, but I can see the line, so it's fine. Alright, after you've traced out the ECU cover on here, what you want to do is now get an exacto blade, a new one that has this edge on the back of the blade. You're not going to be using the front of the blade because that's useless, doesn't cut well. You're going to use this. What this does is it's going to scratch or score the acrylic, and so that it allows it for snapping later, so that you get a nice clean snap. So what we will do is maybe go 1 millimeter over, so that as you score it, you know, you could always grind down or file down the edge later if something goes wrong. I don't think anything would, but you never know. So let's just get to work and start scoring this thing. So you would need to basically hold a straight edge against the line and then use the back and go along the edge. So you do it multiple passes. Once you get enough, there'll be a nice groove there for you to snap the piece off. To make it a tad bit easier, I'm just going to put some double-sided tape on the back of the ruler so that it sticks down. Any double-sided mounting tape will do. This is something that I have. There you go. Pretty good. Now, what you want to do is put it on the edge and just snap this piece. So hopefully all goes well and I don't ruin a piece of acrylic, but you just hold it down and like that, snaps. And then you cut it. Of course this piece stayed because it's not always going to be perfect. So either way, it gave a pretty clean cut. There you go. That edge is nice and smooth, except for around here, which will need some filing, but that's kind of expected. Overall, still nice and smooth. Now, let's remove that. As you can see, the edge is nice and crisp, except just a little bit there. Seems to be good. It's a nice edge. And since I have this out, I'm just gonna hold the whole thing and just snap it. Just like that. Nice and clean. That will work way better. There we go. Now all we have to do is file that edge. This edge is actually pretty good, pretty nice. But this is the size of the ECU cover now. Just needs some sort of refining rate in that edge, and then we're good. Here's the file. All we have to do is just so it will take some time of filing. I'm just going to file this down nice and flat first, and then we'll get back to what else needs to be done. All right, we're done filing it down. The edges are nice and smooth and flat now. We can polish these edges later, so we don't have to worry about too much of it right now. Now we're just going to get the holes in on the four corners. So basically this is almost done. We just have to drill the four corners. And that's where we need our ECU cover again. This time we can flip it upside down so that it lays flat onto the ECU, the new acrylic cover. So with that in mind, you just dab it there, 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 dab it there. There you go. Usually I would punch. This is acrylic, so it might crack. So we're gonna just use a some sort of point just to make an indent. I have a point right here, so just make it in the center so that my drill bit has something to hold on to. If you want, you could curve the edges for this sheet as well, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Next, get out some drill bits. We're going to follow the same size hole as the original cover. Oh shoot. Let's see if that cracks. Yeah, be careful because it does crack. Now we can peel back the clear film, or the film. Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. Looks pretty good. I don't even think I need to polish the edges. Not really visible at all. So this can go right onto my ECU. Let's pull the ECU out and screw it in. All right, now it's time to just screw the ECU cover right in. As you can see, it's nice crystal clear. yeah, since I snapped one side, it's okay. I'm just gonna leave it. It happens. So I flipped it around so that the snapped edge is on this side. That way it can just hold over here. Oh yeah, there you go. It's not pretty, but it does the job. There we go. Clear ECU cover. That looks pretty good. Minus the crack. But yeah, that looks pretty good. So be careful when drilling the holes for this. Just make sure they're fully lined up. Otherwise, you're going to crack it like this. But it's not even noticeable. To be honest, you can't even see it almost until I point it out. But that looks pretty good. I think that's pretty cool. All right, check it out, guys. So this is all done now. It looks pretty cool. I like it. I mean, some people might not like the clear cover, but I think it looks pretty cool. I always have the original metal one just in case I need it in the future. Anyways, that's basically it for this video. I hope this helps you guys out. If you haven't already, please comment, like, and subscribe, and share my videos. As always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.